Parshas Mikeitz, Be'ez Hashem Yisburech, a Freiliche Chanukah. Let's try to start the Parsha, see if we can get up to Shlishi, Be'ez Hashem. So Pharaoh had a dream, and in the dream, there were famous dream. There was 7 nice fat cows came out of the canal, out of the Nile River, and then the fat skinny cows came, and the skinny cows ate up the fat cows, and you couldn't even tell that they had eaten them. And then they had another dream, similar dream, 7 stalks of wheat, and then another 7 stalks, and the 7 good stalks came first, and then the 7 bad stalks came, and the bad stalks ate up the good stalks, and the good stalks were gone. These were Pharaoh's dreams, and it disturbed him very much. And he asked all of the soothsayers and the necromancers and the magicians and I don't know what, and nobody could explain the dream to him. And I don't understand what they were thinking, because the most obvious explanation, Yosef Tzadik's explanation, is clear as day. We're talking about fat animals and skinny animals. Fat animals means there's a lot of food for them. Skinny animals means there's no food for them. And then the skinny animals eat up the fat animals. Obviously, it means that the food is finished and there's no more food. Everything is done. And the same story again with the stalks of wheat. I mean, what else can it mean? It's very simple. And Asher says they told him, you're going to have daughters, and the daughters are going to die. What does daughters have to do with cows? I mean, you want to get killed if you tell the king daughters are cows. Oh, what's going on over here? Something's beyond our comprehension. We need to understand the astrologers and the necromancers and all of these people were fakers. So what are they going to say? They're going to say there's going to be 7 happy years of a lot of food. All of a sudden there's going to be a bad year. They're obviously liars. They're going to be killed. They're going to be killed. The king's going to say, you lied. You told me there's going to be 7 good years. Tell them all afterwards there's going to be 7 years of famine. You want to say that? They'll kill you right now already for saying such a thing. So he says you'll have 7 daughters. It's a massive. It's going to take probably another 50, 60 years. Doesn't going to have 7 daughters. Let's say you have some sons in between. Okay, you're still going to have 7 daughters. Don't worry. You'll have 7 daughters. You can't kill the guy. He didn't say when he's going to have the 7 daughters. He likes to say something that's more likely going to happen, more or less, especially if the king has, let's say, 20 wives. Say, I can have 7 daughters. I can tell him that, 7 of his daughters are going to die, and eventually it can make it. It doesn't have to sound so bad, because none of them were saying the truth. They were a bunch of liars. So that's why nobody was able to explain it. But Yosef Atzadik explained it because it was true. So now let's understand the dream. So this dream of Pharaoh's happened when? When did it happen? Rosh Hashanah Dafyid says that Yosef Atzadik came out of jail on Rosh Hashanah. And since he came out the day after the night of the dream, it means that this dream was the night of Rosh Hashanah. So this is clue number 1 to Yosef Atzadik. If there's a dream on the night of Rosh Hashanah, it's got to be a true dream. Clue number 2, Pharaoh had the dream. Now Pharaoh is a melech. Palgai mayim live melech b'yad Hashem. The Rebbeinu Shloim puts machshavas into the heart of a melech. So Yosef knew that today is the day he has to come out of jail. Now, there's another piece which we're going to get to soon. The Gemara in Bruchas, Daf Chesed Beis, talks about a story of a guy who went to sleep in the Beis HaKvudes, and he had a dream. And according to the Mefarshim from the Mashu, he never even went to sleep in the Beis HaKvudes. He just had a dream. But whatever it is, he had a dream on the night of Rosh Hashanah about the Tviyah of the year, how the Tviyah is going to be in the year. So Yosef knew that night of Rosh Hashanah, if you have a dream, it's going to be about the Tviyah of the year. And if there are 7 cows, then it means that it's going to be 7 years. Because especially when you had, again, 7 stalks of wheat. So he knew that what's going on over here is it's a dream about Tviyah. And that's why Yosef Atzadik was able to explain it. But there's a very important point, which is that Pharaoh made a few errors when he told over the dream. But Yosef was posted it the way Pharaoh dreamed it, not the way Pharaoh said it. So he said what he actually dreamed, that he was standing al ha'yoir, on the Nile River. But he said, I was standing next to the Nile River. There's a huge distinction. If you're standing on the Nile River, it means that you have control over the river. And the river is what gave sustenance to the whole Mitzrayim. But if you're standing on the side of the river, that means that the river gives sustenance, but you are nothing. You don't have any control. Yosef explained that the dream is that you, Pharaoh, have control over the river. And when Yosef said that, that's when Pharaoh understood. That's what he said, Hanimtzu kuzeh isha sheriach elikim boy. He knows what I didn't tell him. And not only that, but he's making me in control. So that's a very godly thing, to make me in control. So Pharaoh is very happy about that. So now we'll go more into detail into the dream. So as we explained already, Yosef knew that all these people don't deserve to have their dreams because of their godless. So why are they getting a true dream? Because of Yosef HaTzadik. Because Yosef is Ba'al HaChalomis. So Yosef needs to get the benefit of the dream. Therefore, Yosef knew that this dream is for his benefit, which obviously it's for his benefit already to come out of jail. So that's benefit number one, but it's got to be more than that. Because B'Rosh Hashanah Yutz Yosef B'Sassinim, what is the Rebbeinu Shalom down on Rosh Hashanah? The Rebbeinu Shalom is not down on Rosh Hashanah on Tviyah. Tviyah, the Rebbeinu Shalom is down on Pesach. So why did this Chussid have a dream on Rosh Hashanah about Tviyah? Because that dream was to make him wealthy. It was about him. It wasn't about the Tviyah. It was about Tviyah. But the Tviyah was the medium to make him wealthy. The same thing over here. Pharaoh had a dream about the Tviyah. But the dream was in order to make Yosef the Moshel and Shalit in Mitzrayim. So he knew that if this dream is happening in Rosh Hashanah, it's got to be for him, and in order for him to become the Mishnah L'Melech. And therefore Yosef said, "Va'atu yaira Pharaoh ish nuv v'chocham v'shisayal eretz Mitzrayim." You make, Pharaoh should make somebody. Why is he telling him? Did he ask him for advice? No. This is part of the chulam. Part of the chulam is you're standing on the ord, and therefore you have control over the ord, and therefore you have to take it. But you forgot that. You forgot that you were standing on the ord. So it's not you that owns the ord. Who is it? It's somebody that knows that you were standing on the ord. It's the Ishnuv v'chocham that is going to be in control, and he's able to save the land of Mitzrayim. And that was how Yosef was poised the whole chulam, and he obviously told him that it's going to happen right away. And that's why you got the double dream, because the Rebbeinu Shalom wants to make sure that it's going to happen right away, and he wants you to know that. And Pharaoh did. He made him the viceroy, the Mishnah L'Melech. Now what happened? Yosef told him that, what does it mean? V'lo noida kibui el kerbenu. You can't tell that there was ever any good years. That means that the bad years are going to so take over the good years that you will be no zeicher of the good years. So if there's going to be no zeicher of the good years, then what's the point of having the good years? You have 7 good years that come beforehand, but there's going to be no zeicher of it. Why? But why bother giving me 7 good years if there's going to be no zeicher? Basically, everybody's going to starve and die in the bad years. So what he said is, no. Lo noida kibui el kirbenu imarayin ra kasha batchilu. But they weren't dead. They didn't die. The bad cows did not die. The bad stalks of wheat remained. So that means that even though it's going to be bad, there still will be some method of getting the sustenance. But v'lo noida, you will not be able to tell. So what does it mean? It means that the people are not going to be able to have tviyah. But the ishnuv of the chocham, or under Paroi, in the auspices of Paroi, there will be tviyah, and therefore they will be able to give it, and they'll be able to manage through the 7 years of famine. So these were all parts of the piston of the chulam, and that's why Yosef explained all of these things, and that's why Paroi said, the only person that we could possibly take for this is Yosef, and that was be'emes the reason of the chulam, afrei l'chachaneke.